I have been single for quite some time now, and my ex-boyfriend wouldn't say he was crazy, but he was definitely something that wasn't good. I have gathered some of these posts, and I'm pretty sure that some of these are ex-boyfriends and girlfriends, but like, who cares? I might take my glasses off because it's very glary again. I haven't actually read any of these. I just saw the title, checked to see how long it was, and a little bit of the context, but that's literally about it. So let's have a look together. Am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend he's crazy? My 20, why does it say 28? My 20 male boyfriend and I, 21 female, have been living together for almost a year and have been dating since we were very young. Anyway, recently he's had this new thing where he's just constantly paranoid. I asked him what it was all about, and he explained he feels like someone's watching him. Creepy. Obviously I was worried. I tried to reassure him he's safe and the conversation stopped. I guess I didn't do very good at reassuring him because over the last week and a half he has searched our house top to bottom at least 5 or 6 times, looked inside lights, vents, pulled the couch out to look behind it. About a week ago, I came home to all these lamps and bulbs from the lights on the table being inspected by him. He also will get up in the middle of the night, go around the house and turn every light on and look around, then turn them off and come back to bed still listening for something. Anyway, a few days ago he was getting back in bed. This is so hard to read. Back in bed, and I was frustrated because he woke me up. He was swearing up and down. I swear there's like a camera or something. On my life, I keep hearing stuff. The only thing he's hearing is our neighbour's dog. Anyway, I made a comment about him being crazy and told him to go to a doctor. He just looked so upset and very confused why I didn't believe him. I feel for basically calling him batshit crazy. Am I the a-hole? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I mean, you could have... It depends what the comment was and your tone, I think, because if you were really like rude, I don't know. I really don't know. 20 is a common onset age for serious psychiatric disorders. He needs to see a psychiatrist as a matter of the greatest urgency, as early intervention is massively important in delusional disorders. I agree. My first thought was that this us. The age schizophrenia shows up. No way, I didn't know that. Someone said obligatory, that one, check for carbon monoxide, but surely she'd be doing that as well, no? Is that you're the arsehole or yes the arsehole? I don't know. Not for being frustrated by his actions, but for the way you chose to respond to it. This sounds like a mental health issue he needs professional support with. Calling him crazy will not encourage him to get that support, but it will surely increase any embarrassment he's feeling. I would talk to him again and when you're not sleep deprived and irritated, and encourage him to see a doctor because you are concerned and you both need to feel safe and be able to rest. That's definitely a weird... I don't know why I'm twirling my hair, but that's definitely a weird one. 100%. I don't know. I don't know what you do for that. I don't know. Moving on to the next one. I remember reading this yesterday, I think it was. What? I don't know what to say. This one's weird. Definitely not the weirdest, but it's definitely weird. Am I the a-hole for thinking it's crazy for my boyfriend to say that he would break up with me if I gave another person CPR to save their life, mouth to mouth? He said it's just a boundary of his and it would be fine for him to give CPR as he plans to be a doctor, but I can't. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years. We live together and we've always said that we plan to marry each other. He constantly tells me that we are soulmates. 2 weeks ago, he really messed up and we ended up breaking up. But after, he begged me crying, telling me I'm his soulmate and he'd rather die than be with someone else, etc, etc. So I agreed to think about things and he was kind of on a relationship probation period of some kind, but then a couple days later he says this. By this, I mean he said he would break up with me if I gave someone else CPR, specifically mouth to mouth, even if I saved their life and no one else was around to help them, even his dad. He said I would never be in this situation. An old woman, whatever. He said this was just one of his boundaries and that he could do it because he plans to be a doctor one day, but I couldn't as my profession didn't ask for that. This was like a crazy double standard to me. He said that if I wanted to be with him, I can't give anyone CPR. I should let him die, call and wait for an ambulance. He kept on saying like, oh, so what? Is this a deal breaker for you then? This guy? Save it for later. I think it's absurd because it's one thing being uncomfortable. It's another thing to break up with me and lose me over saving someone else's life. Especially we weren't even fully together yet either. He was supposed to be like convincing me that he became a better partner or whatever. This is like a drop in the ocean of what he does too. During this period too, on Valentine's Day, he didn't do anything to acknowledge me or show appreciation for me. Mind you, guys on the street that were strangers even wished me a happy Valentine's Day. That's sweet. Or catcalling. I don't know. And instead, he had the audacity to ask us to be intimate one last time because he missed me and loves me so much. No card, no flowers. He knows I adore flowers and I'm so appreciative of them. No gifts, no recognition, nothing after almost 2 years, especially after this rough patch. You would think he'd go the extra mile to win me over. Am I going crazy? Like, he'll be a crappy boyfriend, but then be like, you're mine, and can't give CPR to anyone. Who breaks up with their soulmate over saving someone's life? I feel like I'm going insane because I low-key feel lighted. Is lighted or is it gaslit? Like, he's trying to make me feel like all of this is normal. This is the tip of the iceberg, lol. Also, I swear to God, on my mum's life, that I'm telling the whole truth in this story, lol. Some people don't believe me, haha. Also, the worst part about this is that we signed a lease on our apartment for 2 years. We have a year and a half left. If you all have any advice on what to do, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Context: we're both in uni, not high schoolers. This person's definitely not the a-hole at all. Absolutely not. Because, sorry, that's insane. Sorry, this guy sucks. What? This guy definitely wants some kind of control over you. But like, I don't know. Also, look, this comment here. So, he wants to be a doctor, but he views giving mouth to mouth as sexual enough to make you giving mouth to anyone is a deal breaker. Even a family member is a deal breaker. Not the a-hole and run. Run far and run fast. This man is unhinged. He literally told... Not the a-hole and run. Run far and run fast. This man is unhinged. Not the a-hole and run. Run far and run fast. This man is unhinged. He literally told you he'd expect you to let someone die instead of trying to save their life. This is disgusting and this is not someone you want as a partner. Also, he said even for family members. Does that mean if you two had children and one needed CPR, he'd expect you to let them die instead of saving them? This man is majorly disturbed and probably has no place in medicine. Yeah, this guy sucks. Don't let this guy become a doctor. Also, if he is, I'm pretty sure he'd be a doctor in America, considering she said high schoolers. So I'd be safe, which, you know, I'm fine with. Next. Am I the a-hole for thinking my boyfriend is a weird person, or am I being judgmental towards him? I, 22 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 19 male, for about 6 months now, and lately I've been feeling really uncomfortable about some of his habits. I know it sounds judgmental, but hear me out. First off, he's really into collecting action figures. Like, he has shelves filled with them in his apartment, and he's always talking about the latest ones he wants to add to his collection. I find it kind of childish and embarrassing, especially when we have friends over. Secondly, he's really into cosplay. He spends hours working on costumes and goes to conventions dressed up as characters from his favourite movies and TV shows. I just don't understand why he's so invested in pretending to be someone else. And finally, he's really into gaming. I don't mind the occasional game night, but he sometimes, when it's late at night, he's up playing video games. It just feels unhealthy to me. Overall, I think my boyfriend is the definition of a dork, and not in a good way. More in a loser kind of way. I've tried talking to him about my concerns, but he just brushes them off and says I need to accept him for who he is. But I can't help but feel like his hobbies are weird and immature. Pardon me. Am I the a-hole for thinking this way about him? Girl, what is your issue, man? That's not normal. I don't think you like your boyfriend. What's going on? I had to move the camera. He has perfectly normal hobbies and like interests and stuff. Like, what? I don't see the issue with any of this. I think you're mean. You are definitely the a-hole. 100%. You're mean, man. I don't see the issue with like collecting action figures. There we go. I don't see the issue with cosplay. I used to cosplay, but I don't see the issue with it. I don't see the issue with gaming either. But yeah. You're just mean. You're just mean. Like, Your boyfriend needs to see this and dump your ass because you are being so judgmental for no reason. Clearly he isn't cool enough for you, so leave him. Better off and find him and find someone else. Exactly. Why are we judging someone so much for no reason? Definitely the a-hole. How would you feel if someone you're close to thought this way about you? Honestly, if you were embarrassed to be around him and acknowledge his hobbies, why are you even together? Did you expect sympathy and for people to agree with you, like, yeah, it's totally okay to put your partner down and disrespect their interest just because it embarrasses you? Seriously, this post comes off pretty entitled, whether you meant it to or not, and your boyfriend needs someone who actually respects him and encourages what makes him happy. He's right that you need to accept him for who he is, and if you can't do it, spare him the emotional baggage and just end things between you. Rewind. Stiletto. When I bring you flowers in the pouring rain, leaving for hours is driving me insane. The next one actually intrigued me, but I had to stop myself from reading it because it's obviously for this video. So, I'm gonna be able to finally read it. Am I the a-hole for dumping my boyfriend after I overheard what he said about me? On Friday, my boyfriend, 25 male, and I, 23 female, attended a mutual friends themed dinner party. We had a good time and the night went by without any problems. I don't know why I read that so weird. I spent most of the time with my female friends and my boyfriend was hanging out with his buddies. Towards the end, I went out. I fully read that as Will and E. What's going on? I want to read. Towards the end, I went outside to chat with someone and then went back in to look for my boyfriend. I don't think the blue light glasses are going to help, but we're going to try. Towards the end, I went outside to chat with someone and they went back in to look for my boyfriend, whom I hadn't seen in a while. I walked past the guest room and immediately heard my boyfriend talking to his best friend. I could tell they were talking about me, so yes, I stopped and listened out of sheer curiosity. Whether you want to debate the ethics of this, that is up to you. I would do the exact same thing. For some context, they've been friends since they were kids, so they talk to each other pretty openly. I started dating my boyfriend last year and I've known his friend for the same amount of time. His friend was telling my boyfriend that he's lucky to have me and I'm a real catch. He even said that I have many admirable qualities and jokingly asked my boyfriend how he managed to bag me. How am I reading things so wrong? What's going on? My boyfriend, in a very serious tone, said that he's the catch in the relationship and that I'm always trying to please him. He said, with pretty girls, you have to make sure she's insecure. When they're confident, it's not going to work. What? Then he explained that I don't realise how objectively attractive I am due to my raging insecurities about every little detail. I was left speechless and deeply shocked. His friend was quiet and then said, that's fucked up. My boyfriend laughed and he kept saying they both know it's true and to quit virtue signalling. At the end, his friend said that if I'm insecure, I do a great job hiding it because he views me as confident and assertive. Boyfriend laughed and said, nah bro, she's so insecure, it's crazy. Then he grossly said that sex with insecure hot chicks is the best because they'll do anything to please you. I didn't knock on the door. I didn't walk in. Later we went home and I didn't bring it up. I broke up with him via text the next day. I explained why I made that decision. Now, my friends think I'm crazy for jumping to that decision so fast. They all said that I hit him with a breakup out of nowhere and didn't even give him a chance to explain himself and give context. I said that his words shattered my heart and no amount of context will salvage this. The only people who didn't think I'm an arsehole are my close female friend and his best friend. They both feel bad for me and said I did the right thing. So am I the arsehole for doing what I did or is it justified? Absolutely not the a-hole. That man is awful! What? That was so mean! For no reason as well. What? That's kind of how I thought that my ex-boyfriend from year 9 thought of me. No, but all seriousness, right? That's awful. He deserved the breakup, and he definitely deserved it being via text. 100%. Not the point though. Like, this is like the fact that his best friend is on your side says a lot about that guy and what else he said, because you only walked in through a bit of their conversation or walked past or whatever. You didn't hear their entire conversation because what? There's nothing to explain, is there? And what context? He likes making you insecure so you'll stick around. He doesn't love you. If he did, he wouldn't be playing mind games. Why you playing games? What's this all about? If he loved you, he wouldn't want you to be insecure. Oh, my headphone fell out. And that's what you should say to people. He doesn't love me. I'm just a trophy to him. Not the a-hole. To be honest, this one says, I don't see how OP is even questioning if she's the a-hole here. If it had been me, I would have thrown a drink in his face. Bro, I would have stormed into that room and slapped him. I should probably stop slapping people. I don't know if I told you guys, actually, that my room's going to be changing around. I think I did. I think I said it on TikTok, actually, but I'm very, very excited. So it's going to be a completely different scenery. You're going to see that wall, which is, that wall and that wall are my coolest walls. That wall kind of stinks. This is the next one. Am I the a-hole for thinking my best friend acts weird around my boyfriend? Hey guys, kind of new to this, but I wanted some perspectives about the situation. Okay, so I, female 21, have been dating my boyfriend, male 22, for about 5 months now. I've noticed that any time my best friend, also female and 21 years old, is around him, she acts sort of different and weird. It started with minor pick-me type behaviour, like saying a drink tastes fine in front of him because she can handle her liquor, but then admitting it tastes gross when my boyfriend left. We met because I was in the kitchen when he knocked on the door, and she said she wonders what would have happened if it had been her in the kitchen instead of me, which really rubbed me the wrong way. She also made a point of saying how she's so glad I'm dating someone attractive, and has mentioned his attractiveness many times before. I just tried to brush these comments off and attribute them to her not knowing how to act now that I have a boyfriend, or just general awkwardness. But last night, my boyfriend brought up that she had sent him a rose on Hinge and messaged him a couple weeks before we met. He thought I had previously known, so that's why it hadn't come up until now. I didn't hear that in the conversation it came up within his friends. You get the... Yeah. I had asked my best friend when my boyfriend and I met if she had seen him on any dating apps before. Just curious, because I had never seen his profile, and she said no. Pretty sure she lied, because dating apps Pretty sure she lied, because dating apps she often remembers people she matched with on there, and he said he had gone through and messaged all his matches about 2 weeks before we had met. I'm unsure of what to do, because I understand people can't help attraction, but her consistent weird behaviour and comments are starting to upset me, especially given the context of her dating app history. Am I the a-hole if I don't want to be around her anymore? And am I crazy for thinking all of this is off-putting? No. She wants your boyfriend, I fear. If my best friend was like that, I'd actually scream. No, that's a different situation. I think, yeah, if my best friend was like that with my boyfriend, I'd be like, right, hang on a minute, no. Right, you either need to pack it in, or you can do one, because there's absolutely no chance you're being around my boyfriend anymore if you're going to try and get it on. Not the a-hole, she wants to bone your man. That's awful. Losing a friendship that I'm assuming has been around for a lot longer than the boyfriend for a 5-month relationship is kinda insane, no? Tell your friend that you are wrong. Tell your friend that you are uncomfortable with her comments on his attractiveness and move on. At the end of the day, the only person responsible for being loyal to you is your boyfriend. Incorrect. That's incorrect, right? Your boyfriend, obviously, has to be loyal to you, right? That he has the responsibility of being loyal to you, but so does your best friend. Because if she doesn't, she's not your best friend. Your best friends have to be loyal. That's why I don't have a best friend anymore. So, ignoring the behaviour altogether, her friend is actively doing pick-me behaviour in front on her boyfriend, and is clearly jealous. Her friend being jealous and wishing it was her instead is one thing, but she's not acting like a friend by lying to her about the dating app, or wondering what it would be like if OP's boyfriend met her first. A real friend would just be happy for OP and try to get over her feelings, not indulge them, or even propose hypotheticals where OP didn't get the guy. Someone just put, I agree with this, very mature. But it's not, right? Because I understand the whole boyfriend before friends, but best friend before boyfriend kind of thing. But I think it really does depend on the context with this one. Losing a friendship that's been around a lot longer than the boyfriend for a 5-month relationship It really does depend, because people fall out, like, out of friendships all the time because of partners or ex-boyfriends, or anything like that. It's a big common thing, which is crazy. Or it's just not. That's just me. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm getting calluses where I've been working out. Dude, that's gross. I'm gonna say you're not the a-hole, because she is definitely trying to get your man. I don't know what a BM is. I'm guessing it's a baby mum or a baby mama. Yeah, I think so. But this one is about that, if you couldn't guess. Am I the a-hole for leaving my boyfriend because of his crazy baby mama? I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 31 male, for about 5 months. Another 5 months. In this time, I have kind of met his children's mother in passing, holiday events, but she never spoke to me. She never even really looked in my direction, which, fair enough, I suppose. But I don't know. Months later, she approached me asking me how I knew him, and I was confused. I asked her if she remembers meeting and being around me all the other times. She got loud and belligerent while trying to fight me. I left her all alone, considering I'm a lady, not a line. But women can fight. Women can fight. Sorry, that's really bugged me. Just went about my business. Long story short, she came back later and tried to fight me when I refused. Long story short, she came back later and tried to fight me, and when I refused, she kicked my car doors, leaving dents that ruined the mechanism that allows the door to open and close. She's that tough! Why is Tesco's down here? Why is she that strong? Now I hop over the passenger seat to enter and exit my car. He said he would pay for repairs, but has not, and is now saying he doesn't feel responsible for the repairs, that I should pay the damage because it's not like I told her to do it. Am I the a-hole for dumping him like hot garbage? Should he be paying for the repairs? Yes, I have pressed charges and nothing so far. You are not the a-hole for dumping him. That man sucks, and so does his baby mom. So does his baby mom. I don't know. Why was she trying to fight you? But then the whole, considering I'm a lady and not a linebacker, women can fight. Why are we being stupid? What's going on? I'm just gonna scroll past Tesco's. No, not the a-hole for dumping him. Not what you want to waste your 20s on. The fixing part can be a hit or miss. He did offer to pay, so trying to uphold him on his end, I understand. How much is the car damage, and have you offered about splitting it in half? I need an entire new door, and that's not including the rear door that is dented. $600 to fix my driver's side door, and he hasn't paid for anything. Hasn't given me a spot of the money to repair. Not the a-hole. File it with your insurance and report her as the person who did the damage. Your insurance will likely hire an attorney to go after her for reimbursement. You also should file a police report. Police reports are often a requirement for insurance claims anyway. Yeah, I don't understand how she was that damn strong. This is 3 years ago. This one has a follow-on as well, so I'm excited to see that one. I'm just gonna say before I start reading this one, I've never seen the Barbie movie, so I don't know why this has happened. I brung the mic closer because I'm worried you can hear my mum downstairs and not me. Am I, 23 female, the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend, 23 male, over the Barbie movie? I literally don't know what to do right now, and I feel so helpless turning to Reddit for advice/validation. But 3 days ago, my boyfriend and I went to see the Barbie movie. I've been really excited as I'm a huge Greta Gerwig fan, and my boyfriend liked Ryan Reynolds. Other than him being in the movie, my boyfriend didn't know anything else about it. I, on the other hand, was aware of its feminist themes and was secretly hoping my boyfriend would get the message. Over the duration of the movie, I could tell he was getting more and more uncomfortable/upset, and I was getting really sad, both from the movie and his reaction. And I knew we would end up having a conversation about it afterwards. He didn't talk to me until we got in the car. He then told me that he was really offended by the movie and said that it was the kind of thing I should have watched with my girlfriends and not him. I understood where he was coming from, but I'm not going to even start explaining why I disagreed. We have been having problems with his weird comments about women, the LGBTQ community, and other stuff. He would deem it bitch shit. Maybe it was a long time coming, but this straw was But this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was tired of having to always deal with his attitude and disrespect, and also maybe on this girl power high, so I told him it was over. Hell yeah. The complicated part is this: he lived with me. He has been in between serving jobs, and since he was my freaking boyfriend, I let him move in with me 6 months ago. Living with him is a whole other story, but I couldn't take it anymore and had him leave my apartment the next day. I stayed at my friend's house while he packed up his stuff. He said he understood and that he didn't want to live with me another second anyways. Why not? I assumed he had a place to go, but apparently he didn't. His brother called me a few hours ago saying he's MIA. His friends are blowing up my phone saying the same thing. I feel like this is all my fault and no one has heard from him in 24 hours. I did think it was weird when I came home and all the food in the fridge was gone. All the batteries in our electronics drawer were gone. He took my phone charger and half the blankets. I know now he did not in fact have anywhere to go, or a car. He'd been using mine since his engine busted last month. Busted! The worst part is we still have his location and it's saying he's 2 states away. I don't know how he got there. I can't believe this is all because of the freaking Barbie movie. I don't think that you are the a-hole, because my ex would also make race. My ex was white but said the N-word so much. He also made weird comments about women, about LGBTQ community, about my past, and stuff like that. So I do get where you're coming from, 100%. This guy sucks. This guy literally sucks. How did he go 2 states away? There is a follow-up, but I think we're gonna read the comments on this one first. He's MIA by choice. You got his location, so his phone is working. He's just refusing to answer. I doubt he had nowhere to go. Sounds as if a lot of people are texting you. If he got 2 states away with all the things taken from your place, someone had to pick him up. I don't see anyone stopping for a man holding his thumb up for a ride carrying loads of crap with him. With so many people trying to locate him, he had plenty of places to go. It's always those who don't offer that guilt trip others for not offering. Not the a-hole. I suspect that they know he's an arsehole and she's just figuring it out. That makes sense. This is the following. Hi everyone. I know everyone says this, but I really didn't expect this to blow up. I'm a little embarrassed, but in light of everything I've learned over the past 24 hours, I'm once again oversharing on Reddit. Before anything else, I wrote that post in a frenzy of panic and guilt. With a clearer head, I can recognise that yes, we broke up because we were incompatible and I was at my limit, not because of a movie. Some people were saying I maybe needed the Barbie movie more than he did since I was clearly dating a bigot, and to that I agree. I was convinced I loved him, but I think I just didn't really understand my value / feel deserving of someone better. I've learnt my lesson, and as a woman of colour, will never let myself be treated like that again. My biggest regret is that my loved ones had to endure him as well. Well, I've been cheated on before, but I usually find out and then we break up. Since I found out about my ex's cheating after I broke up with him, I'm not exactly torn up about it. I feel like I skipped the questioning and sadness and went straight to the over it. But since I have everyone's attention, I'm just going to put him on blast right now. I can confidently say his beliefs were the worst part about him, and I'm not extremely surprised that he didn't respect me enough to be loyal. But the way I found out was actually kind of funny. His brother had been keeping me semi-updated on the missing Ken situation, but I haven't really been asking questions other than how he and his family are doing. They're not mad at me as they are aware of the situation. His brother even thanked me for taking care of him for as long as I did. He texted me this morning around 9 saying we don't need to worry anymore because he's at their cousin's house in Colorado Springs. Then, around 12 in the afternoon, I got multiple calls from a friend of his saying that he heard from my ex. This friend sucks so much I'm not even going to get into it. I supremely regret giving him my number. He was obviously under the influence of some sort, not to judge, but literally 12 p.m. at this point. And he's telling me stuff like, he is literally so much happier now that you let him go, and that he just felt bad for me, and that I was charity work. And then he said, now he can be with his main for real, his name, getting some real pussy now. Literally pause. I asked him to clarify, and he gave me that oh shit laughing guy thing they do when they say something they weren't supposed to. Then he said fuck me and hang up. The potentially craziest part that's been getting to me is that he is definitely at his cousin's house. His brother confirmed. I think I'm going crazy because I've seen his cousin on InstaFeed before and she's literally stunning. He said she's his second cousin and I don't really know how related they are. If this is real, I can't even comprehend what this means. Maybe it's not real, I don't know, but I think it's the perfect ending to a story. I'm not going to update anymore after this because I feel like I'm already going to regret this update. But final notes, he must have taken all the stuff from the house out of spite. I found out he took my batteries from the remote and my hair blow dryer too. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know how he got to his cousin's house. I didn't ask. Or what happened to my Dyson Airwrap? Those are expensive. But maybe his cousin slash girlfriend is using it. That's awful. In the spirit of Barbie, she can have it, I guess. And yes, I know I said Ryan Reynolds when it was Ryan Gosling. Oh yeah. Like that one comment that said facial blindness is real. That's all. Cousin slash girlfriend. Cousin slash girlfriend. Are we... That's disgusting. Whoa! I know it said that it could be... Apparently she's his second cousin. That's still bad. Oh! This guy sucks. This guy actually sucks. Ah! Dude. You should be happy that you got away. You should be happy that you fucking broke up with him. This guy's a bigot and he's ancestral. That's disgusting. You thought that one was bad? Guys, this is the last one. And from what I've from the title of it, it definitely sounds a lot worse than the last one. But we're actually going to have to see. My boyfriend's 3 adopted sisters are all in love with him and I'm going crazy. Now, it's not ancestral if they're adopted, but it's still weird. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 5 years. We met on our first day of college and there is no doubt in my mind that this is my soulmate. But there is one issue. Well, 3 issues. When he was 7, my boyfriend was adopted by a couple with 3 girls. Apparently they really wanted a boy, but after some complications in the previous births, they decided to try adoption. Fair enough. He loves his sisters and dotes on them constantly. And trust me, they love it and love him. For the first year of our relationship, I just chalked it up to them being a close family. All the doubt in my mind on how they feel about him is gone. I can give a literal essay of the countless amount of things about their relationship that drives me nuts. But honestly, I'm not entirely comfortable divulging some of them. However, it's not just big moments that have confirmed my suspicions, but also everyday life. We could be cuddling in bed and one of them will call and say they're sad or lonely or whatever it will take to get him out of my apartment. I know this might seem like an overreaction, but it literally happens multiple times a week, and more often than not, he will walk his ass out of my apartment. Go. Whenever we're at his place, one would always come join us, whether we're in the living room or bedroom, saying stuff like, I'm tired, I want to be spoiled, this is the comfiest place in the world, please don't make me leave. Maybe I would feel different about it if he was actually their brother, but he's adopted, and he's living with 3 girls with no blood relation, ranging from 2 years older to 2 years younger, without their parents. Where have they gone? A couple of years back, they all had a major falling out with their parents and basically left home as soon as they were all able to. They are crazy attached to one another. There is so much more I can say, and my list just keeps growing by the day. Bars. I swear they're starting to get more aggressive and overt with their advances on him. It's like they can feel I'm starting to become a real threat to them. The only time I've ever confronted him about this, we had a big fight. Like a really big fight. I love them more than anything in the world. If you make me pick, I will not pick you. Were just a couple of things he said. The next day he apologised profusely and we never talked about it again, but it's always been there at the back of my head. Isn't it mind? It's just attached to her like that. It's starting to get to front a lot more often now. The thing that finally broke me is him delaying moving in with me. My place isn't all that much, but it's more than enough room for the 2 of us, and we can always upgrade in the future. True. His older sisters worked 2 jobs to put him through, and his little sister through college. Like, how do I even compete for that level of love? But he keeps saying things like, I just need more time, or it's not the right time. I know that they are the reasons behind it. It's been months and I've basically stopped asking him about it because I just can't. I don't have any siblings, so I can't relate to this being normal or not, but it just can't be. I refuse to believe it. I want to save this relationship. We literally been together from the first day we became adults, and I know he loves me. He does. I just don't know if it's as much as he loves his sisters. I can't keep fighting a losing battle. What do I do? I think, honestly, his love for his sisters is definitely more sibling. Their love for him, go. Oh, I'm sorry. I would be out there the second he said, if you make me pick, I will not pick you. What? I don't know how that makes you feel. That's weird. I don't No, that sucks. Break up with him. I'm sorry. Bro, that's freaked me out. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. I don't actually know what else to say. Bro, just break up with him. Let's read some of the comments, actually. He literally told you are not his priority, that if he had to, he wouldn't choose you. That's what I'm saying. He has proved again and again that he won't choose you. Why are you still with him? You should love yourself more if you think that's what you deserve. But he's her soulmate. Why she'll probably think he'll change once they're married. Instead of fighting his sisters like you're competing, why don't you just be friends with his family and try to integrate? I doubt this is... Oh. That, because if it was, those sisters would be fighting each other and problem solved. You can't expect anyone to just pick you over their family. That's not a fair demand of anyone. And there is no turbulence. There's no reason to expect that you'd be his choice. This means you're the arsehole because it's possessive and controlling. I don't understand. I really don't know. I mean, this sentence kind of... I think I agreed with this sentence, actually. But I meant... I don't know. It says maybe I would feel different about it if he was actually their brother, but he's adopted. I thought that she meant as in like it wouldn't come off as romantic because they'd be related, so that would be weird. But because he's adopted, then it feels a bit more romantic maybe. I don't know. That's how I read it. But I don't know. What to do in the meantime, get to know the sisters. When you go to their house in the common areas, don't act or make a face like they don't belong there. In the bedroom, door closed is different. Your boyfriend needs to talk to them about privacy boundaries. Stop thinking it is a competition, you versus them. It is not. You may be giving off those vibes and they are reacting to it. Maybe therapy should be a part of everyone's lives here. Include couples for you and your boyfriend. I had to check. I thought this was in the Sims subreddit. I don't know. I would break up with him. Well, I'd probably make a lot of jokes about how it's weird and then break up with him. I don't know, that's for them weird. I really don't know. Wait, I don't need to know because it's not me in that situation. Should I? It said about The Sims. One of the comments said about The Sims. Should I play The Sims at some point? Maybe on stream. Maybe when I can stream again, guys. Anyway, I've had enough of some weird stories about partners. You guys all suck. If you're in a happy relationship, I hope that you find out you and your partner are related. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you let me know in the comments. And also, by liking and subscribing. I'm at 67 subscribers. And I really want to hit 100 by the end of this year. I did start off by saying I wanted to hit 50. Well, I'm at 67. Make sure to follow all of my socials down below. I will see you guys later. Goodbye!